What happened to my body? Actually, after the checkup, I just found out that both of my kidney have a complication. So, it's the best way for you to find a kidney donor. Are you okay with that? I'm okay, as long as I can save. So, inshallah, we will try our best to find the kidney donor, and if we get it as soon as possible, we will tell you later. Okay, thank you, doctor.
What, doctor? Seriously? Alhamdulillah, I will come to the hospital right now. Thank you, doctor.
Waalaikumsalam, Sarah. Come in here, sit. So, we have a good news for you. And there's a woman who is very generous to donate one of her kidney to you. But she told me to keep her name secret. So, if there's no problem, we can proceed the operation by next week.
What? The person who wants to donate her organ for me is still alive?
Yes, why?
I think I need to think first about it, because I'm not sure whether it is permissible or not for me to receive an organ from a living.
Okay, if then make sure you give your decision right before next week.
Okay, sure.
Doctor, are you sure that there's no Muslim donor can donate the liver to me?
I'm sorry, miss, but there's no any donor that can donate the liver to you. But we will try our best to get the liver as soon as possible.
Assalamualaikum, sister.
Waalaikumsalam.
I'm sorry because I heard your conversation with the doctor just now.
It's okay.
And I think you have the same problem with me.
Seriously, what's your problem?
My problem is that I'm confused whether it is permissible for me to receive an organ from the living donor or not.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I think I need to go meet Ustaz or Ustazah to get further explanation about the organ transplantation.
Oh, sister with me. By the way, I have one ustazah near to my house, and why not we meet her tomorrow and ask about that?
Oh, sure?
Assalamualaikum, Ustazah. Waalaikumsalam. Ustazah, actually we have a question to ask you about organ transplant.
Yeah.
Whether it is permissible or not to take organ from living donor
and non-Muslim donor. Can you explain a bit?
Sure, I will explain to you, but can we talk about this in my house?
Sure.
I come. I think our question is very interesting. But before I explain about the donor, can I explain about the organ transplantation first?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. Bismillah. Actually, juries have different opinions about organ transplant. Based on Imam Hanafi's perspective, the ruling on the organ transplantation is not permissible because it will be unlawful for one to give his organ to another. This is because using and damaging the parts of the human body is forbidden. However, based on Imam Shafi'i, organ transplant is also not permissible, but due to lack of medical knowledge and technology which is will not guarantee the success of the transplantation. But what happened? Both Imam agree that organ transplant is actually permissible. You know why?
Because of darurah, right?
Yeah, good. Darurah actually changed the forbidden into permissible because it is also one of the objective of Maqasid Syariah, which is to protect the human life. That's why organ transplant is permissible in Islam. But now there are too many issues involving organ transplantation that make humans confused. For example, your question just now that about organ transplant from living donor and non-Muslim donor. For the organ transplant from living donor, it just allowed for the donor to donate organ, but with certain condition. First is they can donate their organ as long as it does not endanger their life, and they must also be in a good condition. This is based on an Islamic law that states a harm cannot be removed in a way that leads to another type of harm, such as death or disabilities. That's why living donor cannot donate their heart and lungs. Can you understand so far?
Yes, Ustazah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, I proceed. Second condition is the permission from living donor need to be in the same condition and by their own willing. This is because every people responsible for their own body, and other people does not have right to make decision on the behalf of others. That's why we need their permission first. Third is the organ transplantation should not be based on money or self-interest because Islam prohibited any form of organ trading. So if the living donor meets this requirement, then it's okay for them to donate their organ.
Now I understand, Ustazah. So how about organ transplant from non-Muslim?
Actually, there is no restriction for organ transplantation between a Muslim and non-Muslim donor. To make it clear, Mufti Dr. Zulkifli Muhammad Al-Bakri has clarified this issue that we cannot determine the organ is Muslim or non-Muslim because the organ is just the tools to support human life. Therefore, organ transplant from non-Muslim is permissible because the organs will be part of the body of Muslim even though the organs are from non-Muslim. And according to Dr. Yusuf Al-Qardawi, a person's faith, whether a Muslim or a non-Muslim, does not depend on his organs, but his soul. Indeed, all the organs in the body of non-Muslim are in essence Muslim, which means surrender to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, because the organ is the creature of Allah, right? Therefore, we as a Muslim can receive organ from a Muslim. In addition, Muslims also have a right to donate their organ to non-Muslims, as Imam Shafi'i state that Islam emphasizes ta'awun, which means helping one another. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala said that means, and if anyone save a life, it will be as if he saved the life of the whole people. Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 32. Even though it is organ transplantation from Muslim donor to non-Muslim, but it is still permissible This shows that Islam indicates to help all people without bias to other religion. In addition, Prophet Muhammad SAW had also emphasized the importance for all Muslims to conduct their affairs with ihsan, which is compassion. Having ihsan means to do good, help, and show compassion to all human beings, including non-Muslim. Holy Prophet said, Inna Allah katabal ihsana ala kulli shay, which means, indeed, Allah has ordered ihsan in everything that is done. Hadith narrated by Al-Bukhari. However, there are 3 conditions in order to donate our organ to non-Muslim. First is, it is not permissible for Muslim to donate organs to non-Muslim who fight against Muslims. You need to know that there are 4 groups of kafir. First is kafir harbi, second is kafir zimmi, third is kafir mu'ahad, and last is kafir musta'mal. The one that we are impermissible to donate our organ is the first one, which is kafir harbi. Because what? Because they are the one who kill the Muslims. Second condition is, of course, the Muslim donor must be in a good health. And last condition is, no Muslim need the organ at that time. But if there are Muslims and non-Muslim who both need organ transplantation, the Muslim must be given priority, as Allah Subhanahu wa Taala says in the Quran, and those who believe, men and women, some of them are the helpers of others. Surah At-Taubah, verse 71. I hope that you guys understand, and I hope that both of you get something today. May Allah bless you, sisters.
Thank you, Zaza. Doctor, I'm ready to receive the organ from the donor.
Alhamdulillah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ampuniku ya Allah yang sering melupakanmu, saat kau lupakan karuniamu dalam sunyiaku bersujud padamu.
Actually, our hospital really need an organ, and we want to take it from Sarah's organ. Because Sarah's had already registered as an organ donor before she died. Did this family know about it?
No, we didn't agree with that because we didn't know about this. Furthermore, your action can harm our daughter's corpse. In Islam, it doesn't allow us to hurt the corpse of a dead body, so you can't do this.
Relax, madam. I will explain. Firstly, Imam Shafi'i and scholars and Hanbali, most of them prohibit about the organ transplantation from a dead person to a living person, but have a health problem, because in Quran, Allah has said that,
and we have certainly honored the children of Adam and carried them on the land and sea, and provided for them for the good things, and preferred them over much of what we have created. The definite preference. Surah Al-Isra, verse 70.
because most of the scholars said the argument because human body is a sacred by Allah even after her death.
In spite of that, another situation is the second view, which lead some of the Shafi'i sect scholars, such as Imam Nawawi, and the Hanbali sect scholar, such as Ibn Qudamah, in the action of transferring the organ of the dead to the living being with purpose of helping is permissible. It relies on such condition. First, as an emergency to the save of the life and health of the survivors. Second, not giving death to the dead. Third, obtaining the truth of the dead before she or he die. Then, therefore, it is in this case of need and necessity, those unlawful and haram for the first become allowed.
I'm sorry, doctor. I just knew about that. Oh, if so, I will accept it, and I hope my daughter will get a great reward for her sacrifice.
Inshallah.